Welcome to In the Living Room on CHRYTV, where your stories of faith and perseverance come alive. I am your host, Stephanie Lopez, and we are honored to meet a man whose story embodies everything that we have hope and hard work and perseverance. He's the author of Jamaican Barefoot Boy to Multi-Millionaire, a book that takes us on a real journey, retrospective journey for a lot of us of hope and resilience. Please help me to welcome my good friend, a friend of my late husband, Altiman G. Davis. Thank you, Altiman, for coming.
Uh,
Welcome. It's nice to have you here.
and thank you for the invitation.
I want to say, boy, better shoes now, right?
Yeah,
Yes. So, Alti, let's start with your title,
right.
Jamaican Barefoot Boy to Multi-Millionaire.
Yeah.
What really inspired it?
Well, the title actually tells the story. When I was a boy, like
Yes.
I was the son of a single mother. We lived in a one room thatch house, and we had nowhere to cook but in the open air, where she would make a fire pit, and the pot will be placed on, outside there, and then we'll cook our meal there. But it became challenging when we had rain. So to make sure we had supper, a coconut branch was put over the pot, to make sure supper was okay, and we weren't going to go to bed
Yes.
starving. But the barefoot boy came. I went to basic school, which was like 5 miles away, and I never had shoes. Actually, my first pair of shoes for school was when I was 14 years old. So I would be running to school, over rocks and roots, and you get cuts, and you wouldn't realize that you had a cut until you get home and get in that aluminum top pan to get your, to bathe for bed.
Yeah.
So that's where that title came from. I was always barefooted, going barefoot to school. But I do had a pair of shoes for church.
As usual, eh?
But you could not wear it to school. No, it
Yes.
was only for church, and that's it.
Yes. Growing up in rural Jamaica, I think you said something about, yes, the only time you knew that you had a cut was when you put that foot in water, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. When you go, and back then you make sure you had to wash before you go to bed.
Yes.
And we didn't have running water or anything. It was this aluminum top pan. We had a little tank in the ground
Yes.
tank, just as we, collect the rainwater, and from there we'll take it, pour it in the top pan, and wash ourselves for bed.
That's it. I think I had a little touch of that when I went to live in St. Mary with my aunt.
Right,
She lived in an area where there was no water,
right.
and we had to go fetch the water from the river at
That's what,
times, or a standpipe. They call it standpipe, right?
right. It was exactly.
Yeah.
Now, this was mostly rural areas, because Kingston, people in the capital, they
Yeah.
had running water, and they had everything. It's the
Yeah.
rural areas that we didn't have those facilities.
Hmm. So, some of those experiences a lot of people can relate to,
Yeah, there's
right?
a parallel. There's a parallel to a lot of
There's
Jamaicans.
a parallel to most of the things.
Yeah,
Your mother though, I just love this story. How you honor your mother.
yeah,
Your life revolved around her in a lot of ways, in the sense that she was the authoritarian person. She was voice
yeah.
that when she spoke, you had to obey.
That's right. Yeah, she was a superwoman.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
and yeah. So you don't put it this way. If you were walking on the street one day and you saw an elderly person and you did not say good morning or good evening, mom or sir, you would hear it from your mom because that person was going to report to her. So you made sure you said good morning or good evening.
Yes. And I like also so many aspects of the things that you did. I remember how you guys went to church,
Yeah,
the Seventh Day Church or whatever
that's right.
church it was, and mocking these people and this.
Yeah. Now this story is the story is we went to like the Seventh Day Adventist Church. Back then, I never even heard people say praise the Lord. It was always very calm, quiet, amen, and that was it.
Yes.
So when we, as boys, we used to go to the other church and they have this get in the spirit, which is,
Yes.
you know,
Oh, there's a
and we thought that was funny,
yes.
so we started making fun of them. We were young kids.
Yes. Yes.
That was later on.
That's
We're young kids, and that's where that story came from. Where my mother, who is really a badass, took things in her hand and made sure that man wasn't gonna, touch her son.
When I read that part too, I thought that you were going to get in the spirit. You're mocking God.
Yeah,
Here comes the spirit. Bum.
that's right. Because you see, Stephanie, in those places, like in the country there, we didn't have any entertainment. So our entertainment was to just go around and listen to, people, different churches. So it's either to go into the churches or the rum bars.
It's true. It's true. And I understood that so much in the sense that because as you said, there are so much parallel.
Yeah.
I it's something that bore onto something else. Now, the other part about it that I loved, and I know a lot of, and I'm bringing up these things because it somehow it resonated with me,
Right.
in the sense that when your mother sent you to this private school.
Yeah. Well, it's not when it sounds really official, but it wasn't really a private school, as per se. It
Yes.
was a school run by the Seventh Day Adventist Church.
Yes.
And usually, my grandmother was a Seventh Day Adventist. My mother wasn't in the church as yet.
Mm-hmm.
So because my grandmother went there, they thought, it was a good idea to send me there.
Yes.
So
it was a generational thing.
Right, exactly.
Until and then you started going to this school. Your mother, in the sense that, like a lot of mothers, your mother saw the importance of education.
Oh, definitely. She always said to us,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to be like me. I want you to get an education. I did not have the opportunity to get an education. So I want all my kids. You don't have to go to university or college, but whatever field you chose, you do well in it.
Yes.
So she didn't expect us all to be going to university or anything like that. But she pushed for that.
Yes.
Because the thing is this, in Jamaica back then, once you get to you go to all age school. They didn't have secondary schools there. And to get into high school, you had to pass an 11 plus exam.
I know that.
Now, most teachers, trained teachers, were in the corporate areas.
Mm-hmm.
In the rural areas, you didn't have as many qualified teachers. So what happened? The people in the corporate area, those kids got scholarships. They got the scholarship because they were getting really good teaching.
Yes.
So we had to leave school at 16.
Yeah.
But you had this dynamic teacher, Dr. Winston Marsh. Now he's Dr. Winston Marsh.
Is he alive still?
Yeah. I sent him one of the book, and he loved it. He was so proud.
Yes.
Yeah. So he came in and he decided, he saw the potential in us as kids.
Yes.
And what was going to happen? We're going to leave school, either get a trade or just fall in the wayside. So he came up with this idea of getting a separate room, which was a storage room.
Yeah.
And he decided to get us in there and, teach us to pass our Jamaica certificate examination.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my mother was so instrumental in this
Mm-hmm.
because my cousins, they didn't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
So my mother went around them all and tell them, oh, you have to go see Mr. Marsh. Mr. Marsh want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And they did. And we had about 40 people in there. And every single one of those people who were in that class are very successful
Wow. Today, even
today.
today,
Yes.
that man made an
He
impression.
made an impression. I
But
call him my hero.
imagine that. But it's also something that was inside of you that came out,
That's right. Yeah.
a desire to be better,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. You see, the thing is, we were the generation where we thought, we should, we were thinking of, college and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the generation. My friends that I hung around with, when we go to the beach, we used to talk to these American young kids and they said, oh, they're at university. And we said, wow, we were impressed by that.
Mm-hmm.
And we were determined, that we're going to get there one day.
That nothing is going to stop.
And nothing is going to stop us.
That's ambition.
Yeah, I remember going to, I was so determined. I remember I had goats and I used to take them out into the field. And I remember studying for my exams and I would
when
take
you
my
books,
my book. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. My notes. I would take my notes and I would be reading while I'm taking my goats out there.
Yes.
Because, yeah, mind you, I never went to high school. This was what happened with Dr. Marsh. He was the
high school teacher.
That's right.
In other words.
That's right. Yeah.
that is so great. That is so great. Now, the other thing that I like too, you moved on, you passed your exams.
Can I just back up a little there?
Yes.
Now, although I went through all that, not having any materialistic things or that sort of thing, I had a wonderful life. It was perfect. I enjoyed it. I had cousins in the bush with me, and we get together, and it was so happy. And we made our own toys as well.
I tell you, when I look on the television and I see videos of Africans and they look poor.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. I said to myself, these people don't know the joy that these children enjoy.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
This is great. And I talked to my elder sister, and my elder sister said to me, we were poor, but I don't see that we were poor.
No, you didn't see that.
I didn't see that we
not
were
at all.
Because we had all the fun in the world.
Oh, you were happy, you were enjoying life.
Making our toys from scratch.
Exactly.
Going to the bush and shooting down birds with
birds,
and all that thing.
That's right.
Nobody had any better joy than us.
Exactly. Yeah, those were happy days. Very happy days.
Jumping in the river and swimming and all that sort of stuff. People don't know what real joy is.
Exactly. And you know what, Stephanie? I wouldn't, like I said to my wife, Avril, if I had my life to live again, very few things I would have changed.
Nothing.
I love growing up when I grew up like that. It was totally fun. I enjoyed it. I had my cousins around to play with. It was great. Like you said, going to shoot birds and all that stuff there. Oh, it was great.
And I love how you describe all of that in the book. It's
right.
I mean, when you begin reading it, you can't put it down. To be honest, Alti. That's I've seen the book. And I love the way in which you describe every event.
Yeah, in details.
And that you deviate and then you come back.
That's right.
You just strung it together so well.
Right.
Everybody, I'm recommending that you read this book.
Like when I talk about ackee and saltfish, people wouldn't know what ackee is. So I sort of deviate and explain what it is, and then I come back into the story.
I love that. I love that. Now tell me, after you left the country and you went to college now, yes, you now become this big teacher.
Right. No, before the teacher, we went to Michael College where I met your husband, my friend Winston.
Yes, yes. And you know what? I have a picture with you both sitting with you showing off your shoes.
Oh, we thought we were cool as
Cucumber.
cucumber because you saw us with that tape recorder. It's a cassette tape recorder, and we just sat there, just chilling with the music.
That was a thing at the time. And
Yeah, it was.
the Barefoot pants and the what you call it? What do you call it?
The
Barefoot pants and the
platform shoes and
platform
the
shoes and
flow just. We thought we were it.
but you guys were also handsome guys too, you know.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Yeah, you're handsome. So those are stories, and then came your life, starting out your life, you know, as
Right.
a single person moving from home. But there was something that took place before that when you went to live with your papa, your daddy. You moved
Oh,
from
right.
house, and,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. So,
Oh my gosh.
so backing up there, it was just me and my mom.
Hmm.
And later on, I realized it was not only two of us. I
Yes.
think I was 2 years old. I realized it wasn't two of us.
At two, you recognize that. You're
I,
smart.
yeah, and then because you know why?
Mhm.
Because I used to sleep in the bed with my mother too.
Okay.
And then when the third person came in, a
Hmm.
bed was made on the floor for me.
Hmm.
So I definitely realized that. So
Yeah.
that's when my stepfather came in the picture. And he's the person I know as I started out saying stepfather, but later on in the book, I said I would refer to him now
As your
as
dad.
my father
Yeah.
because he's my real father. I'm
Yes.
2 years old. I never had anything to do with my biological father until I was 16
16
years,
years old.
Like, in Jamaica, they disown you.
Yes.
So I was one of those.
You were a child.
My
You,
father, when I said my father, it's my stepfather who, is my real father.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah. I recognize that. And at the time in Jamaica, you were like bastard, bastard. If your
that's
father
right.
if your father didn't marry to your mother, you're a bastard till Michael Manley come and say, no bastard, not there, yeah, no more.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. So I'm a bastard.
Yeah. Well, me too, I am a
Yeah,
bastard. My mother
it's
was
common. It's a common thing in Jamaica.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nowadays, nothing like that.
No.
No. So the bastard people are when your mother don't marry to your father.
That's right.
So now this part here, Alti, when you moved out and you college, you finished with college now, and you're
Right.
living on your own with your friend Malcolm.
That's right.
The real name, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Malcolm, is Malcolm his real name?
Yes, Malcolm Johnson. Yeah.
So
Like I didn't know Malcolm I seen him around on campus,
yes.
but I never really had a conversation as such with him.
Mhm.
But they put us together in our internship
Yes,
program, so
yes,
we were at the same school,
yes.
and he's my best friend until today.
Wow, that's so nice. You share so many experiences with him. One that I really like, apart from meeting the girls, showing up and say, "Boy, we must get these girls now." I
That's
will be
right.
cool. Have a cruising down the road, St.
Yeah.
Patrick's Road.
Bell,
You know,
bell bottom swinging over the platform shoes, afro
yes,
swing. We
yes,
thought we were it.
of course, you were it.
22-year-old guys fresh out of college. Wow.
Of course, you are it. You are
Yeah.
it. And then now I like this part that I told you about earlier about the car you bought.
Right.
You said something, and I've been trying to find a quote why you bought this. You bought this car. It's a Mercedes, right?
Um, which one? The one I built or
The first car you bought.
the first car? Oh, okay. First car I bought in Jamaica. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought this car because I said to myself, I've always been what you call in Jamaica a hustler.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was teaching,
Yes.
I was teaching at St. Catherine High School,
Mm-hmm.
and also back then teachers weren't making a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
but I always want to be, you know, be
Important.
important. Yeah, important, and look out for opportunities and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yes.
So what I did, I started selling encyclopedia,
Mm-hmm.
which is Britannic. Britannica.
Yes.
And I had a part-time job at Duff's Business College teaching math there.
Yes.
So I was doing everything. So I decided if you want to make it big, you have to start it look big. So I saw this guy selling this Mercedes Benz, $536, I think it was.
There's a whole lot of money then.
A lot of money then. But I went and I bought it. So you get recognition, you know. Oh
Yeah.
man, Alt is driving a Benz. Yeah, they didn't know how much I paid for it. And,
No.
but it was a Benz. It didn't matter how it looked. It's just a Benz.
You're
So
an
you started there.
you're an important guy now. You can
That's
get
right. You
all
have to
the
pay
girls
the
you want. You can get all the girls. You just needed to have a car then, eh?
Exactly.
And the girls would be attracted to you.
That's right.
And I love that. I love the story. I love the whole of that story, which I leave the readers to go and get a book and buy and read because they're going to be cracking up.
Oh yeah, everything is in there.
Every step of the way. I have to leave out some. The part that I like, Alti, was when you had that car and you parked it in the home you lived in. And the neighbor woke you up that they were after to steal the car.
That's right.
They were going to steal the car. And what you did kept me. I was you know, when you're waiting for a climax,
Right.
that little part, and then you just cracked up laughing after that. What the climax I was expecting is not what happened.
Yeah. Now I was determined they're not going to steal my car. My neighbor one night, I heard him, faint.
Yeah.
I was in a deep sleep, and a faint sound saying, "Somebody's stealing your car." So I ran out there with my machete,
Mm-hmm.
and they ran off.
Mm-hmm.
But I know they would be coming back. So I got I came up with this idea of security. So what I did, it was a carport.
Mm-hmm.
So I tied a string on the bumper of the car, through my windows, and tied it on my toe, my big toe. So the following night, or 2 nights after, they came back for the car.
Yeah.
And of course, my security work, they're pulling the car. Of course, I woke up and I was out there after them.
You know, when you started this describing what you were doing, I thought what the end result was that they would pull off the toe. I thought you were going to get that toe broken.
No, it wasn't strong. I know. I thought ahead. I wasn't going to make it a strong string so that it would pull my toe.
I said, Lord, I told you before, I was in the I was where I was laughing.
Yeah.
I was cracking up. I couldn't believe that you
Yeah. Best security. It worked.
security ever. It worked. But they still got your car.
They still got my car. When I went to stay at Avril's place, they stole it from Avril's house.
The difference is,
Yeah, that's
then and now is 2 different times. They would come, you had a machete, and they possibly had nothing.
Yes.
Now, oh God, they will come with a gun.
Oh yeah, it is, and it is terrible now because I have right now I have high-end cars in my driveway. I have Mercedes and Jaguars. So what I have to do now is I have a truck, so I put the truck behind with a crook lock.
Yes.
And the 2 other cars in front, the Jag and the Mercedes, with a
Yes.
crook lock on them as well.
So they still would come thief them, eh?
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
my next door neighbor, they stole one of her car.
Wow.
Yeah. So after that, I said, I'm gonna,
Alti.
but I have security camera as well. So,
Yes.
but not that will help.
Yes. If they really wanted, they look
They're
at
gonna get it. Yeah.
they will get it.
That's right.
You know, one of the things that I like that you said, and which I noted, is that you have been a little businessman from a little boy, and then you just venture out into these skills development that you can even make your own car.
Yeah. So, okay, we used to go on school trips.
Yes.
At all age school or primary school. Yeah. Now, my mother didn't have the funds to send me to school, send me on this school trip.
Yes.
So what I did, I got some coconut and cut them all up. Asked my mother to make some drops. It's drops, coconut cake, and I made some pink top as well.
Yes.
And I took it to school in my shoebox.
Hmm.
And then I undercut Miss Philippa, who
Hmm.
was
Yeah,
this.
smart businessman.
Yeah,
I love about that too. Did you intentionally do that? Did you know from that time that you were
that,
cutting her?
oh yeah, oh definitely. That's how you're gonna get the business. If you don't undercut the other person, you won't be getting the business.
That is great.
So I sold it all and made enough money
To go
to buy my chickens. You don't go anywhere without your going to school trip without your rice and peas and your chicken and
yeah.
my fare. So I was able to buy, give them my mother the money to buy all of that. So it started there. I'm always looking ahead.
Yeah,
You know?
and I saw that right throughout the book,
Mhm.
the different stories that you told, and now you've met Avril, a long story there,
Yeah.
from 48 years of friendship, maybe 50 by this.
Friendship, marriage, 48 years. So about 50 years
Our
when I
friendship.
met when
Look
I
at
met her. And
yeah,
when I proposed to her,
yes,
we went to before we went came to university before I'll tell you about the university. But before we came to Canada,
yes,
university, we went for a trip down to Negril and
yes.
we stayed in this cottage. And that's where I proposed to her. And
Eh,
my song is From a Little Cottage in Negril.
yeah,
That's our song.
that is so nice.
Yeah.
I saw that and I admire that because you know what? I knew you knew that I knew you when you were there when you were at Catherine.
Oh yeah.
I met at Catherine and I met Avril there.
That's right.
Yeah, I was in the senior section.
That's right.
So it's a long, long, long. And you know what? It was about last year we went back to our graduation, 50 years of graduation with my classmates.
Right.
Imagine that. So it's a long time coming. But the thing is that I admire Alti is that you've been faithful. I like that kind of relationships where you build trust and you build faith. And this is the only way I see that marriages will be successful because you have to build from a place that you both understand, and then you come into this thing that you understand each other so much that nothing can separate you.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love the story you tell about your car going when you picked up Avril's.
Oh God, from the airport.
Yes. uh, and he didn't know a pick up on a thing. No,
Yeah.
no. I tell you, I keep repeating because the story, I haven't read a book in a long time.
Yeah.
But when I just have to keep holding this book and reading it.
Yeah.
I think anybody giving this book as a gift at Christmas time is
Right.
worthwhile read.
Oh, it's a very, and I'm getting a lot of feedback from people telling me how they've loved it, they're enjoying it, it's hilarious, it's entrepreneurial, it's
It,
happy,
it has everything in it.
yeah, it has,
Uh,
yeah, and that was the intention,
yeah, you could have.
because that was my life, that's
It's your
exactly what my life was.
authentic life.
Exactly, yeah.
No,
Everything in there is authentic.
authentic,
Yeah,
which would makes it even more,
yeah,
impressive.
that's right.
As it comes on, I also want to say these are the kind of stories that young people need to look on
That's
and,
right.
and realize that when they see people come into places and acquiring things, that it came from a place where they have learned, nothing was given.
That's right.
Worked hard.
Yeah,
Earned.
intuition, initiative, and
Yeah,
industriousness.
exactly. So I looked now after all of the Jamaica scenario, moved to this land of success and prosperity
Yeah,
with Avril, of course.
that's the right. Montreal. So here, Montreal, here we come.
Yes.
So
And it's
actually, I just back up a little before we get to Montreal. I had applied to the University of Wisconsin while
Wisconsin.
I was in St. Catherine, while I was teaching, and I got accepted there. But the feedback then, Stephanie, was like $6,000.
Seven. Yes.
Yeah. So I said, the dean got back to me and said, well, there are opportunities for you to work on campus and, earn some money for your tuition.
Yes.
But I had this friend I went to Michael with. He
Mm-hmm.
was my senior, Craig Levert. And Craig said, I was talking to Craig, and Craig said, he's going to Concordia, and the fee's paying is 750 a year, just like Canadians were paying. And I said, what? So that was a no-brainer. So straight away, the next day, wrote an application to Concordia University. I got accepted, and then we move on to Montreal.
In Montreal, and then life wasn't as cookie as
Not at all.
you had to
When
survive. You had to find ways of
That's right. We went to Montreal. Actually, Avril couldn't work. She didn't have a work permit.
no.
So if she didn't get a job, she would have to go back to England.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, when we got to Montreal, Dorval, not Dorval, it was Mirabel Airport. And we asked the taxi guy, because we know nobody there, to take us
Imagine.
to a motel nearest to Concordia University.
Mm-hmm.
So they took us to this motel, and the next day, it was registration. I had planned to do social science because, being a teacher, that's what I was doing. So Avril was going through the course book with me, and she saw something and said, computer science.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you have the math background. I think this is when she read through it. Maybe you should think about doing that. So I read it and I said, yeah, it sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So Avril changed my course,
Yes.
which was great. I went in and applied for a double specialization in math and computer science. The only drawback, it was 4 years instead of 3 years because I was specializing in 2 programs. Yeah, but that
That's
was the best thing ever.
that story is something. And you see, good guidance.
Because they were coming in campus
Mm-hmm.
to hire you before you even finish because it was so in demand.
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So you traded your hills and your sunshine for cold.
Old Montreal
Yeah.
was freezing. I thought I could go with my t-shirts, I never realized how cold that place was.
Yeah.
Oh, my feet were frozen because I was just wearing these flimsy runners. And because winter boots to us, we saw farm workers coming back to Jamaica. And
Yes.
these were these big, ugly boots they
Yes.
would come back with. And I said, oh, no way. Avril said, let's go buy shoes. And I showed me them. I said, no way, I'm going to wear those. But I learned pretty fast.
You learn, that part about you again. This other part caught me. In the very cold, you were coming in, cold feet, and you went and put your cold
Put my hands under the water,
under
the
hot
hot water.
water.
Oh, mister. I didn't know any better. The worst thing you could ever do.
Oh my
So for
God.
anybody thinking of coming to a cold country, if your hands are cold, never run it under hot water.
The biggest mistake. You're lucky. I was thinking you'd lose a finger or toe.
That's right, exactly.
That was that was a thing. Then,
Yeah.
so many people dream of financial independence.
Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, what many people dream of
Oh,
financial independence.
right.
So, what helped you move from survival to success?
Okay, I'm going to give you a survival story because when I went to
Mhm.
for foreign students in going to Canada, you cannot work.
That's
So
right.
so I needed to pay my tuition. Avril was working as domestic, and that was not enough money to keep me in university and keep us going. So I asked around, and they said, "Oh yeah, these are some agencies who will hire you. You go, they pick you up in the morning, take you somewhere." So I went, fill out the application. Next day, truck driver came, picked me up, went to the wharf,
Mhm.
lifting some flour bags off the wharf, and it's sweating, and you're like a paste, and orange, barrels coming from Brazil. So in Jamaica, I like reading my newspaper. I've always read a newspaper. So on a break, I thought I would take a 15 minutes break because lifting these flour bags and barrels were
Oh,
terrible,
yes, yes.
and the paste started sticking all over you. So I sat down reading the Gazette, and when I went back the next day, they told me I was fired. So I said, why you were fired? He
There.
said, the truck driver said, I was reading newspaper on the job. And I said, Stephanie, I'm a respected teacher coming from Jamaica, coming to the flower bag here, and I'm going to get fired for that? So I said, no way. So I said, look, I'm going to create my own job. So I put an ad in the newspaper, out to the painter, reasonable rates, references available. Never held a paintbrush in my hand before. So I gave my friends at college, at the university, my tell them people will call them. So they gave me a great reference. So I got this call from this old Jewish guy. He had lots of apartments in Montreal, and he wanted me to paint one. So I went to this hardware store. Paint was cheap. It was on sale actually. So I bought up some paints. I had no way to estimate it, how much it's going to need, because I've never painted before. Paint ran out when I was painting it. When I went back to the store, price has gone up. So I took another cheaper paint, come back, paint the apartment. The guy walked in when I was done and said, what exclamation did you do to my apartment? So he came over, and he put his hand on my shoulder and he said, son, you have never painted before. And he told me all white paints are not the same.
Yeah.
So anyway, I had to go back, buy everything, the same paint, repaint the entire apartment over. I lost on that project, but I learned.
You learned a valuable lesson.
And from that, I was just painting away. I was getting job left, right, and center. Yeah. And Avril would ride on her bike from her domestic work, and she would come in the evening and help me out, and we would paint up an apartment at night, and that's how we did it. So we made a lot of money then. I made so much money that I was able to send my mother a ticket to come to Montreal on a vacation.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was when you turned an independent financially. But what triggered you from there now? What happened? I haven't finished reading beyond. I find out a lot more here and there.
Okay.
But from there, tell me, I know you moved, you got some, you have a child. Right. As a dad, I can't relate to how dads feel when they have children. Beg your pardon. I'm a mom.
Okay. So my mechanical technology came when Avril was pregnant. I was finishing university April, and my son Mark was going to be born in the April.
Yes.
So we had $75 in the bank. Prior to that, I had bought a car for $700 because we needed a car to take the baby around. By the time I got home with the car, it stopped running. Tried to get back to the guy. Oh no, they wouldn't have anything to do with me. So I bought up some Chilton manuals. Back then we didn't have internet, so I bought up a lot of Chilton manuals, and I spent night and day and read through them. And so we found out that it was a timing chain. So what I did, Avril and I went into the garage. I would pull parts. Avril would put them in a bag and label where they came from.
Yes.
So anyway, long story short, we got it all back together, put in the timing chain, turn the engine, I retime the engine, turn the engine, and it starts. And I figured that I was a bona fide mechanic. If I could do that, change the timing chain of a car, I could do anything else. So that's when I got into the car business.
Yes.
So there was this Volkswagen being sold, and Eddie Cousin, my friend, Eddie was from Jamaica as well, and his grandparents, he was staying with his grandparents, and Eddie has his grandfather's car, so we went and picked up this Volkswagen. It had no bottom in it. It never started, so he's towing me. So we took a route where we didn't have many stop sign because it didn't have any brake either. So what Eddie would do, he would slow down at a stop sign, and I put my foot through the bottom there because it's empty, like a Flintstone, and slow it down.
Oh my God!
I finally got it home, and I worked on it.
Yeah,
I did the body work, I did the painting for it. I did the engine going. Guess now I could repair cars
Mhm.
and painted it, and I sold it for $1,900. I took those. I went into when the guy paid me. I
Mhm.
went into the bedroom and I just threw it out on the bed, and Avril said, "Here we are." And
Wow.
that's where it started. I started buying up old cars, fixing them up, and I was making a lot of money in it.
That's a skill that, you know.
Yeah, I made so much money, so much so that I was able to buy a kit from
Yeah.
Classic Motor Carriages in Florida, had it shipped up, and that's where I built my own car. It's a replica of a 1929 Mercedes SSK.
I see the picture.
You saw the picture,
I see
yeah.
the
I
picture.
still have it in my garage, Stephanie.
Wow.
1983, I built that.
Wow. You know, Alti, that is so admirable.
Yeah.
You know, I want to ask you this question. Did fate have anything to do with your purpose and the success, or was it just your mom's silent voice that was driving you?
Oh no, faith. I knew, and I had it faith, all in me that I could do it,
Yes,
and
that
my mother's,
silent
her,
voice.
that's right, her
Why?
hard working. That was instilled in me because she was a very hard worker.
Yes. And you move on, you had your family, and here you are now. I'm going to take a break here.
Okay.
I'll take a 5 minute, we're just taking a few minutes break and we'll be right back with In the Living Room. But in the meantime, please take a moment to like and share and subscribe to CHRYTV In the Living Room.
This podcast is brought to you by CHRYTV. Christ has redeemed you television. At CHRYTV, we believe in sharing stories of faith, hope, and transformation. From testimonies to biblical teaching, each program is designed to inspire and encourage your walk with God. Don't forget to watch, listen, and subscribe, because your story isn't finished yet.
Welcome back to In the Living Room. My guest here is Altiman Davis. He has written a book, Jamaican Barefoot Boy. I know it is on reverse here, but you see the picture, Jamaican Barefoot Boy to Multi-Millionaire. Alti, can you tell them how they can get your book to buy?
Okay, it's trending now on Amazon, Indigo, Ingram, Kobo, and Lulu.
Hmm.
And if my email address is agdavis1953@gmail.com. I
That's
can be reached there as well.
nice. So all of that is there.
Right.
So I tell you guys, if you buy this book, you'll be laughing your head off. You will be laughing. The book is such an interesting read. Alti, now I know that you were. I bypassed this a little earlier because I wanted you to say how you began writing books.
How I be
Oh, I remember. Yes, that story.
of starting that book.
Yes.
Yeah.
You thought you couldn't write because you hadn't. Your mind was figurative. It's figures. You just
Figures. Yeah.
yeah.
Stephanie, I was never a good reader.
Yes.
My son told me that what do you call it? Dyslexic.
Yes.
Yeah, because when I'm reading, if I'm seeing off or
Yeah.
F, I put the F before the O, F-O,
Yes.
off.
Yes.
So he figured, because he's like that too. He's an accountant now,
Mhm.
and he's having the same thing. But
Same thing, yes.
yeah. So we thought we were, but that didn't stop me from writing
All
book,
right.
writing a book.
I tell you, the
Um,
smart.
and
Mhm.
they are the one who encouraged me, but because they knew my background, and they said, Avril and the boys, and they said to me, I had 3 boys, and they said, you should put this in a book. So I started in COVID, and things, you get sidetracked by different projects, different things. So I finally decided this year I'm going to finish it. So that's what I did.
That's it's good that you do, and you shouldn't stop with just one book.
Oh boy. I don't know if I can do another one now.
You could start writing books about how you build your cars.
Right. Yeah, I could do that.
That's
Yeah.
something that you should do because a lot of
Yeah.
people, they give up. Now,
Yeah.
I wanted to highlight something that really moved you or inspired you in your later years. I know you got married, you have children, you worked at the bank in finances. Now, tell us about that. What really made this millionaire change?
Okay. So what I did before I got into all that, I worked with in Montreal with a aircraft company, Canadair, which became de Havilland, which is now Bombardier.
Uh,
So all my experiences in aircraft. So when we moved to we wanted to move to Toronto because of Bill 101, and what Bill 101 in Montreal meant is that if your primary education wasn't in French, your kids would have to go to a French school, and we figured that we didn't speak French, so we wouldn't be able to help them. So we decided, like everybody else, to take the 401 to Toronto. So when we got to Toronto, I incorporate my company, IT company. So what I did, I started contracting. You know, was contracting for IBM,
mhm,
the government, local government, the Toronto government, and the federal government,
mhm.
because we were in demand. IT people were in demand, and we had a network of people. So if you know a contract comes up there, you tell your friend. If I know one, so we start to move around, and our name got out there.
Mhm.
So we started consulting, and we were making big bucks.
Yeah.
Back then, we were charging like my last in 2000 in 1999. My billing was $1,000 a week, and back then that was probably what it is now,
Yes.
triple that now in
Yes.
today's days. So we're making good money. But then I wanted to be with my boys, see them grow up. So I joined the baseball association, Brampton Minor Baseball Association, and started coaching baseball. So all three boys made the rep teams, is a travel team. So Avril would go with one, I would be coaching one, and then I would send the other one with the other coach. So our life was totally around baseball. We
Yes.
didn't have anything. So once they got to university, then I decided now it's my time to start growing my business, because they were all grown up now. I spend every weekend with them. You know, we were always together,
Mhm.
and that's when I started. When
Yeah.
I went to the bank when I was working with the bank, I started to figure out how the banking system worked,
Mhm.
and I figured that you don't use other people. You don't use your own money to make money. You
That's
use other people's money to make money. So
yes.
what I did, I took the equity out of my house. I had a big house, and it built up a lot of equity in there. So when my first boy went to university, I took the equity and I bought him a house. He lived for free, but his other friends, 8 other friends,
Paid.
paid. So
All right.
that's what we started. Now, my second boy went to Brock, another university. So now equity was still in my first house. Equity is building up in my second house. So I bought another house in Brock for that son.
Yes.
So equity is building up in all these properties. My third boy went to McMaster.
Yes.
So I bought another house there. So now I have equity building up in all these properties.
Yes.
So McMaster's, which is in Hamilton, was more lucrative. So with all these equities, I bought several in McMaster, and
Mhm.
it was closer to Brampton, so I could, maintain them. And I maintain everything, Stephanie. I do the roofing for them.
Yeah.
I do the plumbing. I do the electrical. I do appliance. I do everything. I never had a workman coming for anything. I
Yeah.
do it all myself. One man show.
That is something that came from your resilience,
That's right. And yeah,
your upbringing. You see,
that's
sometimes
right.
we, s- we
No,
we spoil our children so much,
exactly.
and we don't
Exactly.
allow them to bear things.
Right, right. So when I got into the bank, I know how the bank system worked now. So while I have that real estate, I was, the Canadian dollar,
Mhm.
is historically lower than the US, always lower.
Always.
I think I can't remember what year it went up above the US.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did, I went into the States and I bought up several thousand US dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And waiting, Canadian dollar went down below the US. So
Then you release them.
30%
Yes.
profit there on all that money, you move it back into Canada. The
Mm-hmm.
FX trading,
Mm-hmm.
foreign exchange. Also, and you were in IT yourself. So we used to talk, remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember.
So Nortel, I had invested in Nortel,
Yes.
but Nortel went busted. Nortel was a blue chip company, went busted, and nobody could believe that. So I lost money in that. But
Yes.
that wasn't going to stop me. So I went to the banks and all the banks, and the banks were sort of they up and down, up and down. So
Mm-hmm.
what I would do, sell high, buy low, sell high, buy low.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett would say buy and hold. But
Yeah.
my philosophy was buy when it's high, sell.
Selling it.
And that's where I did pretty good in the stock market.
Auntie, have you ever thought, is that you're still doing that? Are you? Or you're just retired now?
Oh no, I still well the properties I still have. Oh, I never told you that I went down to the States and
Yeah.
bought up several as well.
Yes. No, you never said.
Yeah, I
It
did.
might be in the book, but I haven't got to that section yet because I'm
Oh, okay.
reading to see, and I'm telling everybody they should read to see how they can learn how to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. um, yeah. What was the question again? I mean,
Yes. Well, I was thinking that you could tell people how to go. Be a consultant. If you're a consultant,
oh,
in that.
right, right. Yeah. And this, you don't have to, to invest in real estate. You can find other things that,
But
where your
they
niche
don't
is.
understand. But that little nugget that you said about buying high, using
Yeah. And but yeah,
from your house, using the
yeah,
equity from your house and invest.
yeah.
You
The,
know,
the equity out there, it's just sitting there.
yes,
Let other people's money work for you.
work for you.
Not one for my success. Not 1 cent came out of my pocket.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that people has to be able to release that fear.
that's right. Exactly.
And
Because you know what, Stephanie?
yes.
I told friends, several friends, and they never did it.
Mm-hmm.
I told one lady I worked with. She was my staff,
Mm-hmm.
one of my staff, and I sat down, and she wasn't really ready to hear the story. She's from Vietnam, and
Yeah.
she was one of those boat people. And I
Mm-hmm.
explained to her, and she followed my philosophy. She did
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
She's now a multimillionaire herself.
See,
Yeah.
I remember when we were talking about that when you were, and I think it was when one of my children was going to university and you were telling me what to do.
Right.
But I remembered.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Yeah. I told a lot of people, and I didn't never want to keep the secret. It wasn't a secret. I want everybody to, but some people listened, some didn't, and
It's,
they regret it.
it is so true.
Yeah.
So you should become a consultant. Are you still working?
Oh no, I'm retired now. I spend all my winter months in Florida and Europe and the Caribbean. I'm enjoying life now, Stephanie.
Golfing and stuff. That's so nice. And enjoying the grandchildren.
Oh gosh, Stephanie, they are the best. We
Yeah.
spend all our time with them. Every weekend we have 2 sets here
Mm-hmm.
and one in England.
Mm-hmm.
So we alternate our weekends. Well, one Sunday, one Saturday here.
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
we go to England like maybe twice a year to
Mm-hmm.
see those guys. They are the best ever.
Everything.
They
Life,
keep us
life,
really.
life is just
Yeah.
really
Oh,
beautiful.
it's so great with them.
Did we miss anything else? Anything you want to say?
No, I think we probably cover it all.
All of
Um,
it. Well, we didn't cover it all in the book, but we
no, no, no. There are all lots in
you,
there.
you,
This
you
is
you
just
gotta go in
touching.
the book. You gotta go to the book, everybody, and
Yeah,
you're watching, and take my word for it. Come after me if what I'm saying isn't true. Not Alti.
yeah.
Yes. So it's really a good read, Alti. And all the viewers, if it's still there, Barefoot Boy stage,
Yeah,
struggling and uncertain.
that's right.
You know
And
what?
what I've done when I was in Jamaica last year, I stopped saw kids still going to school in barefoot. So I reached out to the school and asked them to send me a list of all those kids who are going to school.
Giving back.
Yeah, so I'm waiting and waiting for them to send me that list. So I want to buy them all shoes.
Yes, that's admirable. You know what it's like, and you go back and you give back.
That's right.
So wonderful.
Exactly.
So being faithful to small things and big things will come.
Exactly.
Laugh.
Think big and you'll become big.
Exactly. I love that one. When you said your plans to get big, so you buy that car from
I
there.
bought that Mercedes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to. You know, somebody had said to me one time, a pastor I had, he said, you know, you don't have to have money to buy a car or to buy a house, something like that. If you thinking big that this thing will come, walk into a car dealership, look at the car you like, and say, you know, it's like building something in your
In
head.
your mind, that's right. You set your goal there.
Goals high.
Yeah.
If you don't stand for something,
Yeah.
you stand for nothing, something like that. So never stop believing in yourself.
That's right.
And if a barefoot boy from
Can do it.
Jamaica can make it, so can you. So can you
Exactly.
in everything.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. So these defining moments are what build people's success
Yeah.
and change lives and leaves legacies and hope. This is just so wonderful, Alti. I
Oh,
love it. I love the book. Do you have a final word you want to say?
no, I'm getting a lot of feedback, and people are thinking, when they get back to me, like Indigo, they're saying, this is not only for Jamaican diaspora. When they said this is for people from the lower socio-economic, you know, everybody, you down there and you think you won't be able to make it. The book will inspire you and said you can make it.
It's
You don't have to end up where you begin. Yeah.
uh,
Where you start is not where you
it's
end.
not the final point.
Exactly.
That is so true.
Yeah.
So, Altiman, your journey is inspiring and full of heart. Thank you.
And thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. Reminding us that success begins with humility, with faith, and sometimes a string tied to your big toe.
Thanks again, Stephanie.
Thank you so much, Alti, for sharing your book, your story, your life. I enjoyed it
All right.
so much. God bless you.
You too.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.